board certified specialist internist. Thank you for joining me even as we dissect the clinical problem of dyspnea today. I strongly encourage you to subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet done so. So dyspnea is the subjective sensation of breathlessness. Broadly, we can classify it into cardiac etiologies, pulmonary etiologies, and others. And under pulmonary, we substratify it in terms of the level of the pulmonic involvement. Is it airway, parenchyma, vasculature, or is it the pleura? Nice to know. So the 9 cardiac causes of dyspnea has to do with dysrhythmia. All right, any kind of dysrhythmia, be it tachyarrhythmia usually, but also prearrhythmia, infection, notably infective endocarditis, pericarditis, myocarditis, pancreatitis, cardiomyopathy. All right, any sort of valvular disease can cause it, as well as cardiac tamponade, constrictive pericarditis, myocarditis, superior vena cava syndrome, or shunt. In terms of the airway involvement, looking at pulmonary etiologies, it could be bronchitis, right, chronic bronchitis, or chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, often at the back of smoking, long-term chronic smoking, or biomass fuel exposure. Don't forget asthma, especially asthma exacerbations, bronchiectasis, anaphylaxis, trichomalacia, or foreign body. One involves the parenchyma that can cause breathlessness, well, pneumonia, right? That's the poster child for that. Pulmonary edema as well, which can be a manifestation of severe hypertension or hypertensive emergency. Atelectasis, right? Emphysema, lung cancer, interstitial lung disease. What involves the vasculature, by and large, is pulmonary embolus, pulmonary hypertension, vasculitis, and arteriovenous malformations. What involves the pleura is pleural effusion and pneumothorax. We're going to take a closer look at those entities just now. Other etiologies, a patient who is anxious, they tend to become dyspneic, they hyperventilate. And what you want to do is give them a brown paper bag to breathe out into and breathe that CO2 back in to correct the alkalosis, the respiratory alkalosis from diminished CO2. Anemia can also cause it, as can sepsis, a reduced partial pressure of inspired oxygen, extrapulmonary hypoventilation, metabolic acidosis, and the infamous Kussmaul's aspiration, which happens in metabolic acidosis, right? Pregnancy, thyrotoxicosis, and deconditioning. This is a beautiful diagram from our colleagues over at medcomic.com. Thank you to Mr. Jorge Muniz and company. All right, let me just get my pen in there. Alrighty. So this is tension pneumothorax. So what happens in pneumothorax usually is air enters the pleural space, which compresses the lung and shifts the mediastinum to the opposite side. Okay, so air is entering here. Clinically, you pick up hyperresonance, diminished breath sounds, right? And tracheal deviation in tension, right? And usually what happens is we have compression of the large vessels, right? You end up with hypotension, especially the compression of the superior vena cava and the inferior vena cava. Is the chest tube in yet? Because we know that the management of tension pneumothorax is needle decompression in a segmented space, and the midclavicular line followed them by thoracostomy. Right? Cardiac tamponade, here essentially there's accumulation of fluid in the pericardial sac that is going to impair diastolic filling and reduces cardiac output. We get Bix triad. Here it's mixed froid, because what we have is muffled heart sounds, hypotension, distended neck veins. All right, you want to do pericardiocentesis. Okay, my friends, let's just talk a little bit about this quality called pride. Now, previously we defined pride, the acronym, as being P for personal ambition, R for reliance on self, I for inflated self-esteem, D for delusions of grandeur, and E for entitlement. We know that pride is an abomination in the sight of the Lord. The Bible tells us in no uncertain terms that God fights against proud people, but He delights in those who are humble. So, looking at consequences of being proud, P is presumptuous actions, all right? R stands for ruin. I is iniquity. Where there's pride, there's also sin not far away. D is discord. A proud person sows dissension and discord and strife. And E is estrangement from God. So you go far away from God. My prayer for us is that we will get rid of pride. We will humble ourselves and keep our face in the dust in humility before the Lord, serving Him. The Bible says always consider others as being more significant than ourselves. So I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. I'll catch you soon with another rapid review in internal medicine. You take care and have a lovely day.